I say, okay, the best person, the best professor, I can set up a meeting, and they will clear their calendar in seconds just to be there. So there's really a thing in Silicon Valley where there's nothing that is has a higher priority than meeting the best researchers. And Apple and Google and others, they sponsor billions of dollars to have a very close connection with Stanford. And Stanford also they have a business model where everyone, all the researchers need to spend 30% of their time on consulting. That brings back to Stanford.
This is a topic in its own, the difference in the academic system and those thinkings of collaborations.
Yeah.
Where Stanford is maybe not unique, but they are very, very good at this. And Sweden, it maybe doesn't work exactly the same. So we can also learn. I'm saying Silicon Valley. How can we get the Swedish universities as part of it? I mean, if you really talk about the ecosystem, all these dots needs to connect if you want to understand the magic of Silicon Valley, right?
Yes.
So I think it's a really good point, Henrik, and I think we can learn a lot from Silicon Valley here in Valhalla in how universities work. We have Jan Bosch, from Gothenburg. He's trying to do something like this, but to get both the universities to do consulting, as you say, but also to make the industry and the companies do more academic research, which all these kind of tech giants do to an extreme, is something that we can do more, I think.
I love your anecdote. There's nothing more than if you can talk with the top-minded researcher, clear a calendar.
Yeah.
I mean, put that in a Swedish context. Does it really work like that?
No. I mean...
Call McKinsey. Call Gartner.
Exactly.
Why the fuck do you call Gartner when you can go to Jan Bosch?
Yeah, exactly.
In reality,
Yeah, true.
And the truth is both ways, because if you talk to a professor in Sweden, they're like, no, I don't want to work with industry. It's not like...
Yeah, right.
It's not
the academic...
Exactly.
Pride,
So it's some pride of doing research without any connection to real world examples.
No, I'm doing foundational research.
Basic research.
Exactly. Basic research is the most beautiful thing you could do as a researcher in Sweden, but it's totally the opposite. So, we work very closely with Stanford, and they have studies paid by Apple, by Google, and we work together with them. But in Sweden, that is something different.
Yeah, it would be amazing if we can learn.
What a rabbit hole we have here.
Yeah.
Let's not go into this one.
No,
but we should continue. There are so many angles here. Should we move on, or do we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So what is this with the investment in collaborations with NVIDIA and Dell Technologies and how something that we sort of picked up on, but could you clarify? This sounds very cool, very interesting.
Yeah, so that was one of the companies from our industry network.
Yes.
So Iron is...
Iron.
So that is it's one of the companies in our network that we work very closely with. They opened a factory in a data center or AI factory in Lidköping, actually. Not Linköping. That's the funny part. It's Lidköping.
And that was big. It is made in normal news.
Yeah,
this was big news in Sweden, of course.
It was big news because it's a big amount.
It's a big amount.
And they work very closely with companies like NVIDIA and Dell. They co-invested, and they also have some really interesting collaborations with OpenAI that will be announced soon, I hope. So some really cool things. But they are the niche is for them is that they are building safe clouds. So they really, instead of doing on-prem, they should do safe clouds in Sweden. That's their strength. So they are part of our industry network, meaning that we travel to Silicon Valley back and forth for a long time. They have a lot of customers in the US, but now they could be the safe alternative for Swedish industry as well.
So they build on top of the American clouds then, but do a safe version on that, or how does it work?
No, they have the data centers in Sweden.
Yes.
And instead of installing on-prem at facilities, they have their data center there in Lidköping, and will open it in other places as well. They have one in the US as well.
Yeah, so together with NVIDIA and Dell. you know, if
Yeah.
you look at the hardware
Exactly.
story.
But
And then
what
they-
about the software and the, you know, the top stack that you need to have on top of the hardware in the data center?
I mean, they do they work with anyone, but they do work, of course, the software stacks that NVIDIA have. They are in close collaboration with them. They can use them, but their niche is that they want to be very price competitive. So you could get much more using their software and hardware than any competitor. They should be
But
like.
it's a cloud service mainly for AI, or is it more general kind of cloud service for software?
Mainly for AI.
Yeah, okay.
And one big thing is defense, of course, but there is other areas.
But sometimes, you know, I get a bit annoyed with this, and sorry to say that, but we've seen a lot of investment from Europe and EU Commission and also Swedish investments in AI-specific and also research-specific data centers or HPC clusters, where they say, yeah, you can train your model here, but you can't do anything else. You can't serve it here. You can't use
Can't do inference even.
No, you can't do the inference here. Then you have to move to some other place. And if you need hardware for other things than AI, then do something else. And I think, you know, that's not really how a company should work. I mean, they need to have everything integrated.
Yeah.
And it's not like you train once and then never do it again. You have more of an agile iterative loop here where, you know, you use it in production and then continuously improve.